All right, Alex. I want to just jump right in and talk about an article that you recently published that went pretty viral, titled "You Were Promised a Financial Revolution, but You Got a Casino in Your Pocket." And it seems like it went pretty viral. And you basically called out the entire fintech industry for turning what started as democratizing finance, but turned it into a bunch of casinos in people's pockets: Robinhood, Coinbase, Cash App, etc. So they were supposed to be about helping regular people build wealth, but now they're pushing meme coins and leverage and things like that. What was the moment that made you say enough and write this and send it out?
Yeah, the big change recently was, and the final straw for me was these financial apps, not all of them. There are still plenty of good actors in the industry pushing sports betting, um, opening Robinhood, opening Coinbase, and the first thing you see in an app that was originally sold to you as a place to build wealth, um, is, hey, bet on March Madness, bet on the Super Bowl. And it made me and a lot of other people, clearly, because this article resonated with a lot of people, and it made us go, have these companies lost the plot? Like, what's going on here? Casinos are kind of fine, right? Like Caesar's Palace is in Vegas, and Caesar's Palace has a brand. Hey, come here to have fun. You might lose you some money. You might make some money. It's a good time. It's very straight. It's very honest. They're not sitting there saying, "Hey, come to Caesar's Palace and we'll be your bank. We'll sell you investments, but then you can also play roulette here." These fintech apps are selling themselves as places for your wealth, and now they're selling you gambling. And I just think that's totally immoral. It's going to lead so many people to losing their shirt, and it's really bad for society. I'm not saying it should be illegal. Like I'm not like a big like, hey, let's make more laws kind of person. But I think a lot of people are going, well, hold on a second, this just seems wrong. And that's basically what I wanted to communicate in this article
Mhm.
and get the conversation going.
There's a quote that I use all the time, and it's supposedly Vladimir Lenin told John Maynard Keynes that the best way to destroy capitalism was to debauch the currency. And he went on to the long quote, and he said that through a series of inflation, all relation to money will be lost. And then he ends it by saying that eventually, the best way to get rich will be through gambling and theft. And so, whenever you look at any society, which now today there's been many of them over the last couple of years that have high inflation, you see they all turn to some form of gambling. And while I think, most of these companies, these fintech companies, I mean, you have a company and you can let me know what you think about this, but you're typically trying to build what the customers want.
Hmm.
And almost all investing has sort of turned into gambling today, right? The Warren Buffett value investor has been gone for a long time. It is just gambling. And then also back to the question, what Vladimir Lenin said, I mean, is this just sort of like what we get at the end of, high inflationary sort of end of fiat currency era?
I think there are two truths. And one is that. One is the more that our currency gets debauched, the more it gets debased, the more people feel like they need to speculate and gamble to get ahead. And I had some criticisms from this article. I had some people in the comments going, "Well, it's easy for you to say, but if you're not,
Yeah.
if you're not successful, or if you're, just getting started in life, this is the only way to get ahead now. You gotta, put all your chips on red." And so I do think there's a reality, there's a social reality that there is no longer this j- deeply held belief that if I put my head down and work hard, I'll get ahead. Because it's a lot harder than it used to be to get ahead for a variety of reasons. And and so that's a reality, right? And so you could criticize my criticism of the companies and say, well, the companies are just giving people what they want, right? The people are just now incentivized to gamble, and hey, let's 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 let them. But I think that like there's also a truth, which is that even if we had this pristine society with a gold standard and upward mobility, for thousands of years, I think humans have learned over and over again, like gambling is very addictive. Um, and you can say, okay, well, I'm smart, right? I would never actually get addicted to gambling. But the reality is, there's always like, a segment of society that's pretty large that is highly susceptible to drugs and gambling. And so we develop these social mechanisms to like keep that in check, because if you let it go run rampant, it hurts all of us, right? All of our lives are worse. And so, we had all these gambling laws, and now like sort of the dam has broken because prediction markets realized that they could get around all the state gambling laws and sell. I won't get into the details, right? But that's sort of the whole like sort of unlock here. The reason you're seeing this all of a sudden is that the prediction market thing, which previously was just kind of this cool way to bet on elections and the weather, realize, hey, we could add sports and just make sports betting everywhere. It used to be illegal to offer sports betting if you were Robinhood, and now it's not. And that's been the change. And so I think there is something else here beyond just like this. The society is changing. This is what people want. It's like, what is the moral, um, what is the moral obligation of a financial institution, right? Should and I sort of like gave sort of what I think the line is. Um, I do not think a financial institution should sell products that they don't want their family to use, and I think that's what's happening here. I think that's the line that's been crossed. Um, just like Facebook, just like Mark Zuckerberg probably is not going to let his daughters have Instagram. Um, these execs would not want their son betting, sports betting in Robinhood. But they're pushing it on everyone else. So I think there's something there.
Yeah. Where would you draw that line of a financial institution?
I mean, I would draw the line at don't sell financial products you wouldn't want your family to use.
No, but what I'm saying is like you said earlier, you're not about like a bunch of new laws. So like you think it's fine to have prediction markets. You just don't want financial institutions to embed those financial or those prediction markets inside their apps. I think that's what you
I
were
think
trying to
that's
say, right?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. You could argue maybe there are some where it makes sense, but I think by and large it's all just speculative gambling, and no one really was using it until they added sports, which kind of says it all, right? So yeah, I think like don't add zero sum. Like these are all inherently zero sum products. There's no wealth building in a prediction market. It's all zero sum. Like there's a winner and there's a loser. It's not like we're investing together in this enterprise that's making computers, and we can get wealthier together if it's successful. So I think that's like kind of the line I would draw. Is like, is this some zero sum speculative product, or is this like an investment?
Yeah. Yeah, and back to investment, like whatever that word really means, but like typically you would be investing savings, earned capital into a business that's going to use those proceeds for productive capital, produce something of value to society, and everybody benefits from that. It's something I've been very critical about since really, the crypto trading days from years ago, and it's obviously continued. But like all these people, they're making money, but there's no value that's been created from that, and so really it's extractive. So maybe you've pulled some money out by trading things back and forth, but no value was ever created there. Which, to the point that you're making, is both is dangerous for society because number one, it's taken capital that could be used in productive uses, and now it's sort of being wasted, like eating junk food. And then it's also dangerous because most people lose. Hey, if you like this short conversation I just had, you're going to love the full-length conversation. Don't miss it. You can go ahead and click right over here, and I'll see you over there.